Hello and welcome to another episode of Fight on Montana, where we take a deep dive into everything Grizzlies athletics. I am your host, Adam Healy, with my host, Angel Villanueva. I would like to remind the listener to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts at. You can find our podcast pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Rate, review, that helps us out tremendously. Tell your friends about us as well. If you want to get a hold of us, we love for fans to get a hold of us. There are 3 ways you can do that: at our Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram at Fight on Montana as well. So I'm glad to get through that. We have an awesome interview today. We wanted to we've been doing interviews with past players, actually current players and future players too, to interview and kind of introduce these new players to Griz Nation. Today we're doing a basketball one. We have the great pleasure to have John Solomon with us. How you doing, John?
Good. How you doing?
Good. We're thankful to have you, and thanks for spending some time with us to introduce yourself to Griz Nation. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you are coming from, and just a little bit about yourself.
My name's John Solomon. I come from Florida, Sarasota, Florida, but I lived in Southern California for 11 years, and I moved to Florida with my mom.
Awesome. So you were in Desert View Academy, or is it Desert View Academy?
Desert Vista.
Okay. And is that in Arizona?
Yes,
or
sir.
Is that yeah. So
Yeah.
You spent some time there and then you went back and lived with your mom. Why the sudden change from one school to the next? Is it just closer to family?
Oh, yeah. Well, when COVID happened, I had to go back to my hometown because my mom wanted me, and then I just went right into school over there because she didn't want me going back again to COVID.
Okay.
Because of COVID.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
But I was planning on staying as a Vista for my senior year, but it ended up not happening because of COVID, so I had to go back to my review.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, John, besides your mom, do you have siblings as well?
Yeah, I got 2. And I got older sister and a younger brother, and then I got an older brother, and I got another older brother.
Yeah. So, kind of in my family, I'm the only one that kind of really pursued athletics. Is that kind of the same story for you as well?
Nah. I got my little brother played golf. He a demon. He the best. And then he a scratch golfer at how old is he? 15 now? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's crazy good. And I got an older brother. He used to play baseball, but now he play baseball no more. He just made it to the minors and he just got hurt, so he can't play no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then my older sister, she don't play sports. She just go to school.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you guys all kind of follow different backgrounds, obviously with golf, with baseball. How'd you kind of fall into this basketball role?
Really, my little brother's playing basketball at this little rec league place that my first trainer and every person that introduced me to basketball named Tommy Brown was running. And then when I got over there, I walked in the gym. He said, "You don't play basketball?" I said, "I play football." That's what I always played back home in California. When we were in Florida, they was like, play basketball. I was like, I played basketball. He trained me, and I played with the first team was the travel team in town. I tried out, and I made the team, and I never picked up football again or baseball. I played baseball too.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you pick up basketball?
I picked up basketball middle of 7th grade.
Okay.
And
nice.
Were you always, a taller guy on the court, or was it something that you kind of
I was always tall. I never picked up a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I was always tall. I never picked up a basketball. It was never like my dad was a football player, so he wanted me to be a football player too. So that's what I went, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting because Angel brings up a great point because watching your film, you have tremendous handle for a big guy, and so that's one of the questions I was going to ask you is I was looking at your film and just like amazed. I'm like, he had to have a growth spurt sometime where he was a point guard, and he had a big growth spurt because you've heard some stories like that. But yeah, 6'9", and you can handle pretty well for a big guy.
Yeah, for sure. I can hold my own.
Is that something that you work on? Is that something that you like to kind of work on to get yourself better? Or
yeah, I work on all parts of my game: my shooting, my handling, of course, defense, physicality, IQ, all of that.
And where do you think where you kind of lie as far as your strength? If they could have one quality that really kind of defines you in your career, where do you think where does that lay at right now?
Tenacity.
Tenacity. And what kind of inspires that? So speak a little bit more to that.
Tenacity means like it's going to get done.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever needs to get done, we're going to win the game. We're going to get this stuff on defense and score the ball over here on offense. Just like getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
And that form of tenacity, not like a go out to tenacity. It's like there's a reason why like I'm going to go this hard.
Do you feel like you have like a on the court, like when I play basketball, I had like I'm super nice off the court, but when I hit that court, like it was on, like we were going to battle. Do you kind of have that switch where, you're nice, you kind of go with the flow, and then when you get on that court, you're like, dude, we're going to the death.
That's what was always like fun to me. So it was never just like that. Now it was never that, but it was always like someone never the one to like start talking trash or like start like pushing super hard or like just start doing all the extra stuff like elbowing extrally, because like you're gonna get elbowed, you're gonna get boxed out, like you're gonna get hit by one, you just gotta take it. But if someone's like doing it on purpose and like doing cheap stuff, then my energy's gonna rise and it's gonna come to the occasion and where to get to still win the game and still have my focus there, not over there. But
yeah,
I'm always happy on the court. Like basketball's always fun to me, but like of course at this higher level, like it's not like fun no more, it's still business. So it's just like I'm not mad, I'm not happy, I'm just even keeping, just keep it cool.
Nice. And sometimes that's the best way to be. Yeah, sometimes that's the best way to be. For me as a player, I kind of was always too wound up. So I was definitely like an upper. Now looking back on my career, it was something that I wish I would have been a little more steady at. I kind of read this book about Russell Wilson, and he kind of explained that he has a mentor, a mental coach. Basically what he teaches him, hey, don't get too high in situations and don't get too low in situations. Kind of have that steady stream of focus and concentration, and it more than likely will end up okay. Yeah.
My high school coach always taught me like cool heads prevail in heated situations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like if everyone's heated up and you cool, you're gonna make that play. You're gonna see what everyone else is not looking at.
Yeah.
Because you're like chilled out.
That's one of the great things about kind of having that kind of mindset as far as the players that I've been around that kind of are built that way is that there really is no type of pressure. They really kind of play a carefree game because they know regardless they're going to keep level headed, and whatever is going to happen, there's going to be another play.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's good. Like in football, where like it's like next play, like it's like 4 plays of basketball. It's like it's keep going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think playing football for a long time, do you think that has helped you in certain areas of playing basketball, or do they kind of not help you out, or they're both their same or different sports?
If football was teaching me one thing, I was always like going to like more athletic kid growing up, so I was like running back, but I was like a tall running back. But like in football, did teach me like see the floor kind of. That's why I feel like I'm like a good passer. I can make the next good pass. Like I'm just always like looking up. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as like my hands are like my quickness, I guess so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I definitely kind of agree to that as well. I did a couple different sports in high school. I didn't play sports until I got to high school, so my experience was a little different than yours. As far as how young I started. But still, it was one of those things that I definitely it kind of transferred over from one sport to the next. So I can definitely see that as well too,
Yeah.
So kind of going back to, kind of how you grew up. So you grew up majority of your life besides 11 years in California in Florida, right?
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah.
I feel like I was like California made, but then I was like Florida like raised because like I learned everything in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up in California, kind of.
Yeah, but before we get into a deeper conversation, I need to hear this from an actual person that's lived in both places. Where are the real playmakers coming from? They come from California or Florida? Because you know what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna get him in trouble, man. You're gonna get him in trouble. Just say both, man. Just some...
Hold on. I see what I with my LA hat. It's been the city. Yeah. So I can't disrespect. I can't disrespect the hometown. But I'm gonna go with Cali because it's 818. But
dang, everybody from Florida gonna watch this, bro.
Don't play with Florida though. Don't play with Florida.
Don't play with Florida. It's just as serious. I get you, man.
It's different wavelengths.
Yeah. So kind of talk about your experiences growing up in both places. You know, that's kind of a unique situation. I was born and raised in California, Los Angeles. So that's the only life I ever knew before I got to kind of Montana. You've been in a little bit different situation, being that you traveled from both areas and then came here. So talk a little bit about your experiences and how you felt moving from place to place.
California was very, like, I went to school with like Mexican kids, Asian kids, Black kids, all like everybody. Florida was more of, you got your Blacks, you got your whites, and like some Latinos. Like, a lot of a lot of races out there. And like come here, it's like ain't nothing like Hispanic, like ain't nothing but Hispanic people. I feel like there's like different ways of life come with like how many like different types of like ethnicities, like how you say that word?
Ethnicities.
Yeah, out there.
Yeah.
And then so I feel like it's like different ways of life. And definitely out here is different ways of life. Like people out here are so laid back, so cool, so like always like so nice. Really so nice. Like because Florida people look at you crazy. Everyone here in Montana is like all smiles, like how you doing? People like walk past you, how you doing? I'd be, oh, how you doing? Like, what's up? They'd be so nice, like, and definitely like the nature, like it's just like zero, like second to none. Like in Florida, the nature's cool, but it's still like a swamp.
Yeah.
California is like a city. California is like a city in the desert. Out here, it's just like it's like the air. You can like feel like you can like breathe it, kind of. It's so much thinner and like nicer.
Yeah. And so since you've experienced all three types, what's your preference? Do you like being outdoors, or are you still getting kind of adjusted to that from living in the city and the swamp type of environment?
I'm choosing Florida though. When it comes to that, because you can go outside every day. You get to some days where it's pouring rain, but I feel like out here I haven't seen the snow yet, so I don't know. In California, you come days where it's hot.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced snow?
On. Never. I seen snow one time when we was visiting my stepdad's house up in Connecticut. I seen snow one time.
Okay.
He was in Florida now with and stuff, but yeah, that's one time I seen snow when I was a kid.
Well, you'll do fine. You'll do fine. Just make sure you got some warm clothes, man.
Oh yeah, Coach got me out with the one with the big jacket. I needed.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Two of them.
Let me say this, John. You're probably gonna hate it because I hated it, bro. As soon as I stepped on campus, I was struggling. I was one of those kids that was like, yeah, I like the cold weather, but the only cold that I've ever known is in California, and that's what coldest of 50 degrees, 60 degrees. So when I came out here and experienced negative 10, -5, I was like, no, I don't want to be here anymore. But lo and behold, I'm still here, man. I fell in love with the place. So find yourself some hobbies in the winter for sure.
It's basketball season. It's basketball season.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. You're busy the whole time.
Yeah.
John, growing up in Montana pretty much my whole life, you can, my preference, I can deal with cold. I can't deal with hot. And so your body will get adjusted. Your first winter is going to be probably horrible. Just telling you right now, it's going to suck. It's going to be cold. But have fun with it. Fine. Like Angel said, snowball fights,
I ain't snowboarding forever, but I don't know if Coach's going to let me.
Yeah, you might want to be careful with that.
Yeah.
You might want to be careful with that for sure.
I'll go tubing.
There you go.
There you go.
Fine.
Do some ice blocking. Have you ever done ice blocking?
No.
No?
I don't even know what that is, Adam.
You don't know what? Oh, come on now. So
I don't know what that is.
Big piece of ice. Get it like instead of like crushed ice, you get the big block of ice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay? You can even do it when it's not in the wintertime. So you put it on the ground and you sit on it. You can put a blanket on it or whatever, and it's like sledding all year round.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. I think I've seen that in a movie, but I've never seen that in real life.
Yeah. I seen it on Club Penguins.
Club Penguins.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Exactly. That's so cool, man. It's gonna be an awesome transition, bro. I'm really excited for you. It's gonna be just one of those things that's gonna help you to continue to grow, as a young man, and just continue to provide perspective. I'm a big fan on perspective, and I think if you kind of get to experience somebody else's lifestyle, it puts things into essentially perspective for you,
Facts.
And so
that's all life is really, is like putting stuff into perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Change your perspective on it. Make it a better situation in your head, and you don't live in a better situation.
Exactly.
So, growing up, and now to this day, what makes you have that fire, to keep on going? Playing sports isn't easy, but getting to Division I basketball, you've had to probably have some trials and some tribulations and some heartache. What makes you keep on going?
I don't know. It's just like, I feel like I'm like, I gotta do it. I got to. I feel like, I don't know, everything this guy has put in front of me is just like, okay, so I gotta do it. He's just put it right in front of me. He's literally I'm not gonna say stuff on my lap, but sometimes it's like, this is what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've always been that. It's always been I'm always getting pushed by pushing myself. When I see I push myself, I can do stuff so much come so much easier when I push myself, because I already feel like something's pushing me to go. That's what's always been. That's what's always been I walked into the situation. I didn't wait for it.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've ever had to push yourself in that, or is it something?
For sure. Yeah. Well, if I push myself and I see how good I can be, I just want to push myself more and more and more. So I think that's what it is. I want to see how good I can get.
I think that's such a unique perspective, bro, and I think it's one that's probably true for majority of athletes, as opposed to it not being true. The fact that you just kind of feel that God laid the groundwork for you in order to kind of follow these footsteps, and you're just kind of a follower in the sense of, hey, I'm just going to do it because it's right there. As you hear all these other reasons, well, I'm doing this for my family, I'm doing this for this, I'm doing this for that, but we never take into perspective that sometimes it's part of His plan in order to kind of put this in that right kind of track to make it work.
Facts.
So I think I really respect that. That's a really cool perspective.
Thank you.
So you had a lot of offers out there for your services, John. What were some of the schools that were coming after you, recruiting you, and what was your emotions like when you committed to play Division I basketball?
There was a whole bunch of schools looking at me, offering me, and telling me a whole bunch of stuff. But then when COVID happened, those guys got another year. It didn't all go out the window, but it just was lessened to a big extent.
Okay.
Because people want redshirt, all this other stuff, and I just felt like when Coach Kyle gave me a call and I said one opportunity, I took it head first.
So do you feel like the pandemic has really kind of harnessed your recruiting in that sense, with players getting an extra year? Because I was looking through the offers or the whatever, you had some pretty big named Division I schools that were after you, and so when I saw that you landed at I love that you're a Griz, but I was surprised that some of the bigger schools didn't get you. And I think they're going to be shooting themselves when they have to play, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to make them pay. Wear Montana on my chest for sure. But before COVID even happened, like the year of 2019, before my school year in Desert Vista in Arizona, Coach Cobb and these guys were already reaching out to me.
Okay.
Like way before the pandemic. So it was kind of like them reaching back out and like asking what I'm doing. I was just like, done deal, because like they've been messing with me and like liking me.
Mm-hmm. And so was that the moment that you kind of knew that you wanted to come to Montana?
Facts.
Yeah.
And Montana was always in school, like sending me the letters, calling me like constantly, like then
showing love.
Exactly, showing love like real early, like
mm-hmm.
probably like showing love before I even got my first offer.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, bro. So what was that emotion like when, you kind of had a conversation with your family members and you were like, you know what, I made my decision. I'm going to come to Montana. Because for me, I told my mom, she starts bawling, told my dad says, oh, that's cool. My dad's just built like that. He's built a little different. So my brothers, they were, kind of super excited about it. So walk me through kind of what that looked like.
Well, I told my mom that Coach had called me, talking about the opportunity and like reaching out and like saying, like asking me, and this is like when I told her, and she was like, she kind of just like looked at me. She was like, okay, what else? And I was like, you know, I should go there. And she was like, do you want to go there? Like they always made it my choice.
Mm-hmm.
They always said like I'd never have to play basketball. I can just go to school. Like you can go to school. Like we don't care. You don't have to play basketball. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I want to play. Like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm gonna play over here. I was like, should I play? Should I sign? And she was like, yeah. What are you gonna do? I asked my dad. He was like, this is where you wanna go? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, go pursue your dream. Like they never like was like, yeah, do that. Yeah, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they never swayed me one way, tried to sway me one way. It was like made my own decision. Yeah, it always said like when life hits me, like I'm the only one going through it. It's only me.
Yeah.
I'm alone. Like right now, look at it, I'm in the middle of Montana alone. Of course, I got my brothers now and my teammates. I got my coaches as my like teachers. But like I'm out here alone, like trying to make like my life happen.
Yeah. Do you feel like, just reflecting on your youth and how you kind of grew up, was it always something like that? You felt like you had to always do it on your own?
No, my parents always put a big helping hand, so I can never say I did anything on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely in the academic, like in the classroom, and then like on the field, or on the court, or like just like hanging out, or just like driving the car by myself. Like I feel like I just had to do a lot of stuff like on my own, and try to figure like stuff out on my own. But now, like I'm in college, it's really on me.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I know when they're telling me like go to bed, eat, do this, do that. It's really like I'll be laying down like I'm hungry. Gotta get up, get some eat.
Yeah.
Mom ain't making no meals right now.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't that.
Oh, sometimes you miss them though, man. I'm telling you, my mom throws down.
I've been here a week. I miss my mom's, but I ain't thought she's gonna see. You miss me? No.
Yeah, bro. You never really kind of get used to it. It's one of those things. Every time you go home, you just appreciate it that much more.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
John,
you know what? Sorry, go ahead, Angel.
I was just gonna ask, John. Do you feel like you're a little bit more of an introverted type as opposed to extroverted? You just kind of keep to yourself, take care of business. Lay your head at night knowing that you put a good day's work in. Is that the type of man that you're striving to be?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But at the same time, like I'm still gonna talk to my boys. Like I still mess with them, talk to them.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah. But like definitely, like I'm here on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
The goal's always ahead. It's never like I'm never doing no.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like.
And John, what's the end game for you? Is it playing at the next level? Is it
I want to be a coach.
Open up your own business? What are you thinking?
I want to be a coach.
Really? Where at? Florida?
Wherever.
Collegiate? NBA?
Collegiate.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. There you go.
Far, but I want to coach college for sure.
Awesome.
And
do you have a couple?
My dad
do you have a
told me
couple
that I
schools?
gotta. No,
No. Wherever you get an opportunity, huh?
for sure.
Yeah.
What are some qualities that you pride yourself in, John?
I feel like I can like mix with anybody. Like I can go over here talk to them. I can go over here talk to them. I can go over there talk to them. Like I'm very like neutral. That's from like thanks to living in California, living in Florida, now me living in Montana. Like I can just like I feel comfortable everywhere, and like a situation's never awkward.
Yeah.
You're able to adapt then.
Yeah. I mean, I transferred to 4 different high schools, but like 2 of them were the same school. I just transferred back.
Oh, okay.
But I was always like able to like, and like playing basketball, you're always put into a group of friends. So you never have to come into college like looking for a friend group or like looking for like friends or like, you kind of like put into the brotherhood.
So talking about your game, John, what are some strong things about your game, and what are some of the weak things that you want to improve on your game?
I want to improve my like physicality, being stronger with the ball, being stronger on defense, being able to play at the next level, like at a more like stronger position, and then also like definitely like my IQ, because a lot of stuff I haven't learned yet. Like being here a week or so much stuff being thrown at me, I just gotta like soak it in and be a sponge, so I can play in those big moments, and then like, he only been here this long. He only been here this long. Like I gotta get it now. Really gotta like get it now for real. And it's like those 2 things. If I get those 2 things, I think I'll be all right. Cause I can shoot, I can dribble, I can play defense, I can I can play basketball.
You have a nice mid-range jumper, man. I gotta tell you that mid-range jumper is awesome. Do you feel comfortable going, deep farther out 3-point range, or is that something you want to kind of develop too?
No, I'll shoot from anywhere.
Okay, nice.
There you go, bro. I'd love to hear that. So, kind of walk me through how it's been the experience this past week. How you kind of getting along with everybody so far?
Oh yeah,
on the team.
Everyone's absolutely like be around. That's all. That's all we be around each other. Just each other. I think when the pandemic happened, that brought a lot of like teams together because like you can only be around each other.
Yeah.
So like definitely brought them close together because like I feel like it kind of like fell in. And it was like that's what we do. That's how we do it. That's what we do. And it was cool.
Cool, some of the best times of your life, bro. You're gonna meet some of your best friends in those types of environments, dude. I'm telling you, it's just something I look back on the daily, and I'm just absolutely just so grateful to know the people that I know, and and then getting these types of interactions too, bro. You can never take for granted the purpose of a conversation, and what you could take away from somebody else. So I think you're in a great place. The players that I do know on that team, they're phenomenal men, even outside of basketball. So I think it's really fortunate for you to come in with your strength and your perspective and, intermingle with those guys. And you kind of learned a little bit from them too, bro. So I think I'm excited for you for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what do you want to, who do you mimic your game off of in the NBA? Your favorite player that you kind of, like, that's my guy that I'm going to kind of develop my game after.
My favorite player has been Jason Tatum. I feel like I play more of like I can play more of like how do you say, like, I don't know.
It's all right if you don't know, man. Sometimes you just don't know. Yeah.
So how did you?
I play like me because I really like kind of do it all. I don't know.
Yeah.
How did you come about?
He can't shoot. His shot ugly. So yeah, whatever.
How'd you come about to hearing about Montana? You talked about the coaches and everything, but how did you come about hearing about Montana? And did you know where Montana was when you first got the call?
Yeah, I knew where it was because I'm from California. I was in geography class, so I knew where Montana was. I knew like the capital and stuff. Back then, I don't know no more. Missoula, that's the capital. Missoula's the capital. And then, I knew where it was, and I knew that I had a friend that was like getting recruited to play softball here.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, bro. That's cool.
Yeah.
So coming into this next year, what are really kind of your goals? You know, I know you obviously have your athletic goals, your personal goals. Kind of, where do those fall? Where do those intermingle? You know?
Probably like goals as in what you mean?
Like for me personally, from like as a player, I was like, you know what, I want to work on my run game a little bit. You know, I need to kind of work on that or
Oh,
my
that too.
football IQ in general. And then for personal, for me, you know, I was dealing with some, you know, kind of depression issues outside of the football field, and it was one of those things where I kind of came home every day and I was like, okay, go talk to somebody about it. That's the goal, you know. Or you know what, for me, it was like my depression came with a lot of overeating too. You know, so it got to a point where I was extremely unhealthy and extremely heavy for my position. You know, even though I was still working out, I just wasn't the same type of player. So for me, it was just kind of like, you know what, I want to lose a couple of pounds. I want to be the best person. I want to go. I want to be a light in the room when I walk in. You know,
Yeah.
so it doesn't have to be that deep and that extensive. I'm just really comfortable with sharing those. But it could be as simple stuff of, hey, you know what, as a player, I want to go run an extra mile after practice just to continue to work on my conditioning. So when that time comes, I'm ready, you know. Opportunity meets preparation, and then what happens?
I feel like my goals could be like definitely like being like a happy person. Like always like having a smile, like never like put nobody down, always be a positive. Never be a negative. That's how I always looked at it, like be a positive, not negative. And definitely like learning how to be the best I can be in this environment, in this collegiate with these guys, on this collegiate level, in this college. Like, how can I be the best John? How can I like compete at the highest level? How can I do this? How can I do that? Like, I'm always looking at it like that. The quicker I can do that, the quicker I can grow.
You know, what team in the Big Sky, John, are you most excited to and looking forward to playing?
In our league, I heard who they say beat us last year.
Eastern, Washington.
Yeah. I was thinking Portland, but it's not Portland.
Eastern Washington's the champ out of our league that made the national tournament last year. So how much do you know about Montana State, the rivalry of Montana, the brawl?
I heard the gym be packed that night.
What's that?
That's all I heard. I heard the gym be packed. I heard the gym be packed that night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody goes to that game. You know, it was obviously a weird year for the sport in general, and it was a growing year for sure. But it's definitely, you know, it's one of those games. Just like when football plays them, nobody misses it. It's the same type of way. You know, if they're not there, they're listening to it. If they're not listening to it, they're watching it. You know, so you really have the whole state really just on you right there. So there's a lot of kind of pressure that comes into it, but it sounds like something that you'll be able to handle, you know, relatively well.
It's not pressure though. It's like playing basketball in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah. Well, to some, it could be seen as pressure.
Say it one more time.
I said to some, sometimes that could be pressure in itself. You know, knowing that you have someone eyeballing you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it goes both ways for sure. It's just one of those things, you know. Yeah,
it probably does.
Some people thrive off it. Yeah, some people struggle with it, and some people thrive off that. You know, they elevate their game to the next level.
Like the Miami Heat.
Yeah, exactly.
Miami Heat, like the Miami Heat. That's all I'm gonna say. First round. How you? Giannis was hurt. I'll give him that, but no.
So, you know, what do you hope to bring to the team this year, man? What do you think that, you know, your first year, there's a lot of learning. I hope that you don't feel like you have to be, you know, gung-ho and know everything. You got to develop and stuff like that. So don't rush it. It's kind of a pace. But what do you hope to bring to the team?
Coach said we struggled at rebounding last year, so I want to rebound. That's like I try to go into practice and do a lot. Focus on rebounding. and playing defense for sure.
Yeah.
Play defense.
Well, if you rebound and play
rebound.
defense, you'll be on the court. So
Exactly, that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever coach needs me to do, I'll be the best on court, off court, sideline, taking stats, help us win a game.
That's awesome, bro. That's exactly what we need more of. I think in sports, a lot of people get too kind of caught up in
the
the hype.
come in. Yeah, as a freshman, I can't come into like saying like, oh, I need to go in there and score 30.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go in there. I need to go in there for the 30 seconds I'm gonna get in and get the most rebounds I can get.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely a humble mindset right there, and I'm glad that you had that. Like I said, I think a lot of people, and I think maybe myself, I would have been guilty at some point too, coming in and kind of having some expectations, But at the same time, I didn't realize that I had to go through a whole lot of dirt and a whole lot of, paying my dues before I got to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fact. I was my friend always told me the thing. He was like, "You stay humble or get humbled. Like you stay humble or you're gonna get humbled. Just stay humble."
So you've made it to Montana. What have you done? What your first week in Missoula, and what are some of the food joints that you've been hitting up?
See, the training has a great selection of bananas and yogurt that I go to every day. Besides that, I'd be Uber eating stuff. We'd be going to Chipotle. Oh, I want
Bro, you're one of those people. Just get up and drive, bro. Go to the store.
Who got a car?
Oh, you don't got a car out here?
No, I don't got my first week out here.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I mean, I thought for some reason I thought that you drove in maybe
from Florida.
I drove from California.
That's like, okay, bro. I'm across the country.
I guess you're right. How far is that drive though? I don't know. I was close to like 18, 19 hours.
The flight 5 hours. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Flight 5 hours.
Yeah, you guys, big city boys, you get used to it if you drive. Going from all the way from Montana to Minnesota and then back, you can do that in 24 hours if you're used to it.
Well, John, you need to get a bike then, bro.
No.
Get yourself a bike and stop Uber eating.
What are some places that you like, man?
There was one place that we went this yesterday morning. It had the cinnamon French toast.
Oh, okay. You a breakfast guy?
Toast. Yeah, big breakfast guy. I got a big breakfast every day. Mm-hmm. Breakfast most point meal of the day.
Nice.
But there's a place downstairs called I don't know. I just walk over there.
It's all right, man.
That's your first week. Right. Next time you get on, the next time you hop on, you got to know these places. You got to be able to give a recommendation to somebody listening out there.
We go to Subway. Subway. Toaster's broke right now. I'm like, Toaster's broke, bro. No, it's Subway.
You got to toast it. That's the only way to go.
Yeah, you got to toast it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't toast it, you're weird.
All right, man. Hey, so John, I've got a question for you. What are some pregame rituals? Do you have any pregame rituals that you do?
Listen to music.
Okay. Who's your favorite artist?
Lil Baby. He the best.
Lil Baby.
Yeah, he the best.
He is for sure. He's going crazy right now. But besides that, do you have anybody else? You know what, John? Do you have any music that's like people wouldn't expect you to like? Like for me, I used to hate country, and then I fell in love with this, so I went back to LA and I started playing it. People were thrown off. A couple almost left my car too. They were upset about it, bro. It's different.
Yeah, I would have left your car too, dude.
Yeah, you don't like country?
Oh gosh, no, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I listen to like old kind of like music, like throwback.
Okay.
Throwback,
like Motown.
No, not even Motown.
Not that far back.
R&B.
Like 2010 Wayne or like 2010 Drake or like Old
Okay.
Kanye.
Yeah.
I'm not always listening like the new songs like right now. I'm
Yeah.
like
Well,
old Dre,
what's
like
probably
Snoop.
yeah? What's probably one of your favorite songs? A throwback one, not a new school.
I like that Lil Wayne intro to his Carter album.
There you
That's
go.
the best. That's one I turn to
Yep.
every time.
Yep.
So, you want to be a coach. So, what's your major? Is it going to be education then?
Nah, it's sports.
Is it sports something?
Yes. Come on, John. School don't start till August, so give me a break.
That's all right, man. It's all right. I bet you there's something sports management or sports something like that.
Sports
man.
management. Sports management. Sports management.
Okay.
Sports management. There you go.
There you
Sports
go.
management.
There you go. That'll be exciting, bro. I think I know me and Adam are just real grateful that you took some time to kind of hop out today and just share some of your thoughts.
For sure.
And so me just personally, I know Adam feels the same way. I'm just really excited to kind of see you get the ball rolling. Transition a little bit more because I know you've only been here for a week. It's a lot to take in, and I know we're asking the tougher questions, about like where to eat, those types of stuff, but down the road, we're really excited to kind of see you settle in and kind of just.
Where should I go to eat at? Where?
That's a great question. I mean, downtown you got Mar Bar, Iron Horse is always really popular too. It really depends on what you're kind of looking for. I'm a big fan of 5 on Black, but I do know that a lot of people also kind of feel differently about it. So it really kind of depends what type of food.
Black? Like burgers and
5 on Black, Brazilian food.
Brazilian food.
Yeah. So I'm Mexican, so it's kind of brother sister kind of. Yeah. So it's one of those things that it transitions easy for me, But
for sure.
Some people are different for sure. It's definitely healthy. As far as Mexican food, that's why I struggle. That's why I just pick it up here at the crib. I'll make my own salsa if I have to. I don't care.
Exactly.
But those are a couple places. If anything comes to mind, I'll be sure to hit you offline. Send you an Instagram DM or something. Recommend some places.
Something to eat. We'll be going to Subway and Chipotle and Wendy's.
If you do some, you got to go to like Five Guys and Fries or something like that. Like that's way better than Wendy's.
Oh yeah, Five Guys. It'd be packed though. Five Guys be packed.
Not if you overeat it. You don't got to wait for it.
Xbox waiting for it.
There you go.
There you go.
You play all the games?
Say one more time.
Are you a big Xbox guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you normally play?
I play Fortnite and I play. They got me on Modern Warfare, or the new one, Warzone.
Yeah.
And then, I don't be playing much. I be chilling. I really just brought it, so I got something to do. I'm not in school right now, so like the summer is really just like practice, live, practice. We at home.
Well, once it gets floating weather, bro, you got to go out there and experience it too, at least once. It's a cool thing. For sure.
No, we went to the river. We was in the river today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We went to the little beach access down the river a little bit. It was nice. It was cold.
Yeah.
What's really weird is the players from last year, they weren't able to get out. So this is probably like a really bonding time for them with you guys too, is they're experiencing those first things too, just like you guys are, the new guys coming in.
Okay.
So, hey, John, I got to ask you about your hair, man. Knowing that I don't have much, like, what is going, like, I love your hair, man. How long does that take to do that?
How long it take to do it? Or you said grow it? You making a joke?
No, dude. Like, look at my hair. Like, I wake up in the morning and
just like shampoo, conditioner, shower, rinse it out, get out of the shower, shake it around a little bit. It's good to go. You walk out the door.
Okay, I don't look like that when I shake my hair, but I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous.
I need to get it cut. I need to get it cut or braided. I need to find somebody to braid it.
That's for sure. Yeah. Well, John, you know what? We're real thankful for your time today, bro. I think this is a great starting place for you, just to kind of introduce yourself. And as you kind of continue to unfold your story, you'll have more bits and pieces to kind of add on to it, bro. I think I think you made the right decision. I think it's going to take one of those things that the community is going to really tie it all up for you, you know?
Yeah.
So really lean on your brothers, lean on the coaches, and just know that you have a lot of support on the back end of things. And so we're excited to kind of see you get rolling, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. And yeah, we'll definitely have to connect farther down the road, man, and get and talk to you later on in your career, man. And again, like Angel said, we wish you the best. We're cheering for you. I can't wait to see you play and to ball out. And yeah, we'll contact you and wish you the best, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Angel.
Yep.
God bless y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care, bro.
Have a good one, buddy.
You too.